Salute, 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 salute. Bow. What's happening, everybody out there? Boxing YouTuberverse, man. Boxing After Dark with Nocturnal Thoughts. Woke up this morning to the breaking news of the done deal between Showtime Shawn Porter and Terrance Crawford is finally going down. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is another fight, in my opinion, that it's a great fight, but it lost a little bit of luster with the end of the rainbow not having the pot of gold fight with Terrance Crawford and EJ Errol Spence Jr. The truth. And that's just me being honest. I know everybody's not going to agree with that, but for what it is, you know, some people still saying this is a fight that's going to prove that Terrance Crawford is a legit welterweight. And you know, to me, that's like that's just that argument has lost all the momentum. In my book, he proved what he needed to prove when he fought against Agitas Kovalevskis. And to be honest, I would love to see Terrance Crawford give Virgil Ortiz a shot or Jerron Boots in this fight. And I would love to see Shawn Porter also put his hat in the ring with them young boys. But I understand they have to pay their dues and work their way up through the ranks and things like that. So I know that fight is just a fantasy fight. But Errol Spence and Terrance Crawford was a fantasy fight because it never came into reality. You can blame whoever you want to blame. It is what it is. I just don't see that fight happening anymore. And the fact of the matter is, when I look at Shawn Porter and Terrance Crawford, I just see an elite level exhibition match between two friends. I see Rocky versus Apollo Part 3, the fight that we never got to see. You know what I'm saying? Like they was all about being buddies, being friends, and not fighting unless it was like the ultimate end scenario where they would have to fight. And they went back and forth between we buddies, we not gonna fight, to where they were being forced to fight. Kenny Porter wanted to fight, then they didn't want to fight. Terrance Crawford wanted to fight, then he didn't want to fight, and then went back and forth with that, you know, tennis match till it came down to the point now where the fight is being made for them, and it's gonna go down. I think it's a great fight. It's gonna be a great display of, you know, boxing virtuoso versus a brawling master at coming in and fighting in a telephone booth. So I expect to see some fireworks, but I also expect to see both fighters letting their foot off the gas pedal here and there, giving each other opportunities to have moments and, you know, give each other a little bit of shine. A glorified exhibition. Terrance Crawford, I think, has the edge, you know what I'm saying, with the advantages physically and the being, you know, a switch hitter and ambidextrous. But Shawn Porter, we know Shawn Porter is a little Tasmanian devil. He can get underneath the jab and work you, but he's never really been accurate with his shots. His best fight was with Errol Spence to me, and I think both of those guys really had a chip on their shoulder and had their killer instinct fully activated. I don't see Shawn Porter fully activating that killer instinct. You know, Kenny Porter's going to bring out the best no matter what. He's going to have the best expectations for his son. But I still think, you know, Shawn Porter's a genuinely nice guy. Terrance Crawford is a nice guy. They both competitors. They're going to compete to see who's the best of the best. But it's not going to be tooth and nail, blood sport, you know, dog eat dog type of situation. It's going to be two friends that are trying to outbest one another, and only one man can win. So I expect to see a good fight, a great fight. But I think it'd be a lot more on the line if, you know, Manny Pacquiao wasn't out of the equation and Errol Spence Jr. wasn't out of the equation, which would have gave them a lot more leverage to fight a lot more harder to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But now that Manny Pacquiao's out and Errol Spence is out, you just kind of got Yordenis Ugas, and then you got Keith Thurman if he ever decides to come back. And I don't see Errol Spence making a comeback anytime soon. And if he does, I expect to see him fight, get some softballs thrown to him so he can knock some softballs out the park. I don't expect to see him in a hard tooth and nail fight. I know some people don't even agree with that. They want him to come back off of a retina tear or detachment and go right back in there with the killers. And I mean, I think that's a little expecting a little too much. But Manny Pacquiao did it, well, in my opinion, he didn't. He fought a gunshot Adrian Broner and a rusty Keith Thurman, who wasn't fully at his peak, who hasn't been at his peak for a long time. I mean, Jose Zito Lopez almost got Keith Thurman out of there. So I don't expect Errol Spence to come back anytime soon or make a grand entrance when he does come back. But it is the fact that he did bring a lot to the welterweight division, because when you take him out of the equation, the fight between Shawn Porter and Terrance Crawford doesn't have the same vibe to it, in my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All my new subscribers, bow, bow, bow. Man, I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all. And everybody out in the YTBC, everybody out there, Real Talk Boxing, Red Glove Militant, Aries Zodiac, everybody out there, all of them. Everybody that's subscribed to Red Glove, everybody that's subscribed to Real Talk Boxing, everybody that's subscribed to me, everybody out there in the YouTube community, I really appreciate y'all for embracing me and accepting me into the world of boxing on this YouTube thing. This is Nocturnal Thoughts. Yo, bow. Peace, man. Appreciate y'all time. Salute.